Hello, everyone. Welcome. Welcome to the Advancement Center. Welcome to the world of magic and miracles. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It's just becoming sunny here in Santa Barbara as I drove up. It was overcast, and all of a sudden, out pops the sun. It's so funny because I looked at the weather before I came in just to see how to dress for the day and all that. And it was showing what time the sun would peek through, and I said, "No, it'll show up earlier than that." And sure enough, that's always fun when you see something and then it happens. So welcome to the world of magic and miracles. It's really that simple and fun as you play more and more with your abilities that you don't even realize or remember that you have. You see more and more magic happening around you in your life, in the people in your life. And it just puts a smile on my face every time I feel it and have awareness of it. And here's a little secret. It's actually the smile on your face, the smile that exudes from your whole being is what actually brings the magic in. When you're having fun, oh my goodness, when you're laughing, I have great memories of laughing uncontrollably, and there's just nothing like it. My greatest memory is when I used to attend I don't know what you call it. There's a lovely young man from, was it Tibet? Maybe it was Tibet. I can't remember exactly what part of the world, but so I used to attend these Sunday morning just gatherings when I lived up in the Bay Area. And you know how these things go. They're very quiet and there's a lot of seriousness. And in the middle of his talk, and we were so crowded that day in the space, I was seated on the stage off against the wall. And I don't know what tickled my funny bone, but something tickled me. And I started laughing, and you try to contain it, and it doesn't work. And next thing you know, there's someone behind me that's, I don't know, she made a sound, or maybe she was starting to laugh, and that was it. We were gone. I was louder, and I couldn't stop laughing. And it was one of the most fun experiences of my existence. I got the person who was speaking on stage had a big smile on his face. He was laughing with me afterwards. But that uncontrollable laughter is really something. If there was anything bothering you, whether it was in your mind or physically or whatever, it was just instantly gone. And it's fun when it spreads and everybody around you starts laughing and they don't even understand why. So that's my little reveal today about magic and miracles. It loves joy and laughter and mischief and fun. And I know that I've been my whole life, I just so respond to people that know how that are just funny. Oh my goodness. There's an airplane making a very strange noise outside right now. And I've always had this desire to make people laugh like that. It seems so effortless for some people. So I suppose that will happen. I don't know if it's anything I'm going to do. I'm not going to do it with my mind. I just put my order out there to the universe, and I love too that you can there's laughter and you can have the energy of laughing without making a sound. I think that's quite an amazing, interesting feeling. So there's no rules to how any of the world of magic and miracles works. It's just beautiful and simple and lighthearted. And it's easy once you get the hang of just enjoying your life. Oh my goodness, there's a whole lot that tries to pull me down pretty much on a daily basis. But that's okay. I just keep hopping up on top of that wave, just getting a little bit above it. You can actually look down and see the turmoil underneath. That's actually holding you up. So we've had these conversations many times here through the Advancement Center, but they've just come through to be brought up again. And the funny thing is, these broadcasts that we've been doing for several years now, Simeon and Robert for longer, but we've, at Robert's direction, we are every Saturday re-airing random broadcasts of all of us from randomly in the past. And we're doing that on Wednesdays with Simeon broadcasts as well. It is really quite amazing that these transmissions that were seemingly set in time, that we call the past, when we hear them again and when they come up again, they don't feel like anything from the past. There's so much newness, and to me it's like constantly with all of our broadcasts, you just listen or you receive the transmission, and it's quite incredible. So now I understand, even though it may seem like we use similar words, same words today that we used 5 years ago, it's much different. It's not simply the words. I love this experience of words being carriers for what each and every one of us brings. So the words have their role, but there's so much more that comes through. And my experience with everyone here is those moments when those of us are live and on camera, and suddenly out of nowhere, we get this spontaneous impulse to share something, and it's clearly coming through in a very spontaneous way. It's certainly not planned because you can feel it in the person who's presenting, such a strange word, but who's transmitting, who's broadcasting. And it usually often are those moments that I enjoy the most because you feel that the way I was describing laughter, it feels like that. There's this burst of energy and joy and excitement that just comes out, and the person suddenly feels more alive. And and what I receive is that person, like the reality of who they are, this beautiful, lighthearted, happy being. And I cherish those moments. I just love them. They're so much fun. So may all of us, and I'm specifically speaking of humanity at the moment here on planet Earth, just step more and more into that beautiful, lighthearted place, experiencing the joy of ourselves. And it's a very simple thing, but as you stay connected, as you not remind yourself, you just, it could happen 1,000 times a day. Connect with your creator. Remember, you're sitting at the right hand of your creator. And this is exactly what you're going to get. It's the joy of your being that is who you are. It's not the reactions of this crazy world and what happens here and the stuff that is actually in the process of getting cleaned up and swept away. It may be a little bit of a bumpy time, but it really doesn't matter because you have everything you need. Always. And you can really feel it as you connect with your creator. All need actually disappears. And you would not believe the power, how powerful you are. And it's more powerful when you're in this place. The power that comes through kindness and all beautiful things is immense. And we are moving away from this whole world that we've been such a part of reaction. It is happening. There have been times when I've doubted that for myself personally, like, am I really going to move away from this? But I'm feeling it. I'm experiencing it, even if it's a little bit at a time. So that's really what I have to deliver today. I'm so excited about this moment and the moments to come. I'm excited about the new awarenesses that are gonna open up for many, for myself. There's so much newness coming into our lives, and I'm just so happy to be on planet Earth at this time. It's gonna be a very big contrast within a very short period of time, and the fact that it's something that we actually came here to experience is just beyond exciting. The visions I have of the future planet Earth are just exquisite. And it's quite an amazing thing that I've talked about this before, but it especially happens when I'm driving here, I'm driving along the ocean, through the hills, through nature, and I have these, I don't know how to describe them. I was gonna call them flashbacks, but they could be flash forwards too, I don't know. It's not about time, it's about flashes of a world that I'm living in that are spectacular. And I mean that in the sense of how it makes me feel when I've connected to these places, and it's often just momentary, but it's so heavenly and it's so beautiful. I find myself just, you wanna grab onto something that there's nothing to grab onto, like a dream maybe, like you wake up from a really great dream and you're not done with it yet, you don't wanna leave. You're like, "Wait, don't go away." But it doesn't matter. As this happens, I just get more excited because I know this is a reality that I've created, that I've brought here. It's probably already here, but in potentially another dimension. And there will just be this maybe subtle, maybe not so subtle dimensional shift, like changing the frequency, changing the dial on your radio, and boom, I may be in the same physical location, but it's gonna be a whole new world, and I'm really excited. So, thank you so much for joining me here today. I want to send each and every one with us here today, perhaps watching in the future. I'm sending each and every one of you the most perfect life with perfect health and a magic future that you're only beginning to see. Thank you again. I am Genya.